Hello. Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. Allow. Hi, friends. I am so freaking excited for this right now. You have no idea. My heart is just so happy to have every single one of you guys on. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started in just a second. If you guys are just hopping on, hello. Hi. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Gia. Hi, Naya. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Jenna. Jenna was in my dream last night. So random and so fun. Hello, Taylor. Hi, Kaylee. Okay, before we officially get started, I always love to start these incredible masterclasses out with just a second of gratitude. And I want you to send one thing in the group chat that you are grateful for right now. And I want us to really come together in this high vibe energy of just knowing that we're all here for the same reasons. We all want to attract more, to hold more. We want to expand to places that we've never been to. And I will say right now that it is not a coincidence that you're here today whatsoever. And I'm extremely beyond grateful that you guys are taking the time out of your day to spend it with me. Like, I know you guys could be with your children, your friends, your husbands, your boyfriends. You could be at work. You could be doing anything else, but you're deciding to come here to share space with me, to share space with everyone else on this call, and raise your frequency, become even more open to receive. And I know that that's what's going to come out of this. There are so many new faces on here. I feel so lucky. You guys have no idea. When I looked through all of the people who registered, I just sat here being absolutely amazed that everyone felt so called to this. And I'm so thankful for you guys. So thank you for being here. I love hearing what you guys are grateful for. Grateful for my pretty kitty, grateful for my little family and bills being paid this month. Yes. These are even not like one sentence. I'm grateful for my bills being paid this month. Like, I love that we're in a space where we can say things like that because it's not like that everywhere that you go. A lot of people, when it comes to money, it's a taboo topic. It's something that we don't want to discuss. And I want this to just be so open and so honest and so vulnerable. If you spend any time with me in real life, I am completely open with you. I am the silliest, goofiest, most honest version of myself. And that's the kind of energy that I love being surrounded by because it allows us to connect in such a deeper way. If you are able to, if you're not driving, honestly, and you're just in your room right now and you have your camera off, please turn on your cameras. I want to see you guys. I want to see your beautiful faces. It really makes me just so happy to see those breakthrough moments, to watch you guys get locked in and focused or be taking notes and everything. So if you are able to turn your cameras on, please do so. I want to see you, or I want to stare at your ceiling. That's fine too. But like, I want to see something else other than your name because you're so much more than your name. I'm grateful for my cat, my health, and having a new job. Love this. Thank you guys so much for sending this in here. I'm grateful for God showing me how to love myself more each day. Wow, how precious is that? That's a good one. I'm so grateful to be here. Oh, I'm so, so, so grateful for you guys too. Okay, it's 12:06 or 3:06, depending on where you're at. I am so thankful for you, each and every one of you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I was listening to those frequencies, as I mentioned. And let's go ahead and go into present mode. All right. And if you are wanting to become a money magnet, you are in the exact right place. Okay. First and foremost, these are the vibes today, okay? You are going to finally understand why you keep spiraling about money. And throughout this call, if I say anything that resonates with you, I need you to drop it in the chat because I need to know that all of the work that I have done is really landing with you guys, okay? So let me know if you're currently spiraling about money. If you find yourself getting into that headspace, like just type a yes in the chat. You're also going to understand how to shift from scarcity to abundance. If you're ready for that, send a yes in the chat. You're also going to learn the exact process to attract and hold more money than you ever have. Fuck yes, 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 yes. Reframing, but yes, love to hear it. I totally get you guys. All right, you are in the right place, and let me know if this is you. If you're sick and tired of having money stress. If this is landing with you guys, I want you to be sending yes in the chat because what you're doing is you're claiming where you're at, you're identifying where you're at, and then you're going to also be claiming throughout this entire masterclass where you're going. So I want you to be as present as possible, as locked in as possible. Turn off any other distractions, put your phone on do not disturb. Really like take this 1 hour just to focus on you and only you, just on improving your financial reality. That is what is possible with this masterclass. It can be changing so much for you. But if you're not present or if your focus is in a bunch of different places, you won't be able to really soak up all the vibes. Let me know if you're not okay with living your life by a budget forever. This is something I am absolutely not doing. I remember one of my friends sending me a budget tracker, and I looked at that thing and I was like, I can't. Like I physically can't. It just doesn't align. It doesn't align with my body. I cannot do it. Okay? Let me know if that's you. And last but not least, you're constantly thinking about how much you're spending, saving, what the prices are, all of the things. Yes, over having a budget, 100%. I'm over it. I fucking hate budgets. Yes, tired of my budget and want to invest. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I love this. So we're all on the same page. We are all on the same page. I love this. Okay. Beautiful. Now, this is my favorite part of the masterclass. Okay, there is a button in the corner for you that says end or leave. Okay, you can leave at any point in time. And right now is the time that if you are in a place where you're not willing to try on new things, things that are completely harmless, new ideas that can change your reality, you probably don't want to be here, okay? If you're okay with never having enough and you're okay with saying that and living that way, or you're okay with being in a victim mindset, you're blaming everyone external to you and you're like, my life is like this because of the economy, or my life is like this because of my parents, or my life is like this because of X, Y, and Z, and you're not willing to take control, this masterclass is not for you, okay? And you can leave, and it's okay. I'm not going to be hurt by it. I want you guys to move forward. I want you guys to move out of the place that you're currently in. You decided to sign up for this because you did not want to be in the same place any longer. So, this is the time to draw the line in the sand. Now, if you don't know who I am, most of you guys do, but we have a lot of new faces. I'm Savannah Schaefer, obviously. I've been in entrepreneurship since 2018, so we are going on about 8 years or so. And I serve women just like you who are ambitious as fuck, but feel like there's something that's just holding you back from achieving what you desire. I help women live their dream life faster without any of the overwhelm, without the burnout. And I'm very spiritual. I'm a spiritual girly, and everything in my world is a miracle. Every little butterfly that passes my path, every hummingbird I see, every dragonfly, those are all signs that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And throughout creating this entire masterclass and putting all of the marketing together, it has been shown to me over and over and over again that you guys are ready to receive this, that you guys are ready to up level. You're ready to take it to that place where you no longer have restraints and you are completely free. So I'm so grateful that you're here. You are not here by accident. You are here on purpose. I'm so passionate about this, about all of that I'm sharing, because right now in my life, I'm actually able to be a present mom while running my second six-figure business. The fact that when I connected these dots, that I have now built two six-figure businesses by the time that I'm 24, I'll be 25 this month. I'm honestly shocked that I can even say that. But it is because of the work that I am going to give to you guys today. And because of that work, I'm also able to contribute financially towards our brand new home that we're building right now. Ty and I are building a beautiful new home. We've picked out all the countertops, all the flooring, all of the finishes. I've been able to go to Home Goods and buy whatever the fuck I want because I finally have the abundance to do so. And it has not always been like that, which I will share with you guys because I know that that's gonna resonate the hardest, honestly. But because of this work, I'm really able to treat the people I love to new experiences and take trips and really spread my abundance with people that I hold so near and dear to my heart. But that wasn't always the case. And I share this very openly and honestly because I completely understand where you're at. I have been where you're at, okay? I know exactly how to pull you out of it, but I want to really take it back to that time period where you might be in right now. And please, if this is where you're at, don't be afraid to say, this is where I'm at. Don't be afraid to own it because that awareness piece is the first part of change. I was in a place where I felt like I could afford what I needed. You know, I had my necessities. I could pay for my car payment. I could pay for, my living situations. I could do that stuff. But I felt like there was this ceiling that was keeping me stagnant. Like I was always making between four to $5,000 and things were never going above that. I just felt so stagnant. And every single time a large expense came up, like I had to get new tires or I had to pay my taxes or something else was happening, I began freaking out. Like I was internally spiraling. I felt like I never wanted to check my bank account. Even as I say this, like I could feel that pit in my stomach that I used to have back then. And it was so challenging for me because I would sit there and I'd just wonder, how am I going to be able to afford this? How am I going to be able to take care of the things that I know that I need to take care of? And again, I know that money is such a touchy topic. I'm so fully aware of that. But I know that this is something that needs to be talked about. Like, not enough people are talking about it. We're not. And I want to just be completely real with you guys. Yes, I feel like barely keeping my head above water, waiting for the next shoe to drop. Exactly. That's I feel like where so many of us are at, and we've been in this position for far too long. And this is the time where we can really break free from that. I used to spiral literally every time my bank account went below a specific number. Like I could have thousands of dollars in my bank account, but if it went to a specific place, I would be freaking out. And I couldn't understand why I was having this relationship. Like I'd be worried about paying my bills even when I knew I had exactly what I needed. It was this toxic obsession that was just constantly taking over my brain. And this really looked like me saying no to going out with friends. I never wanted to plan date nights with Ty because I wanted to save every dollar possible. I was ordering every meal based off of what was the cheapest, not actually what I wanted. Please let me know. Like, have you guys ever done this or are you guys doing this right now? Because I was literally overanalyzing every single purchase, constantly thinking about money, like just spiraling over it. And it was so frustrating. Like I felt so over it. Yes, down to the cent. Literally, like if something was like 50 cents more, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, yes, like $2 was huge. Like $2 was 2000. Yes, girl, I hate it. I'm so over it. Yes, I'm currently living in this and it's so overwhelming. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for validating my experience. Okay. So thank you. I appreciate you guys being so open and honest. I'm really sharing the bits and pieces of myself today. Okay, but this was the real rock bottom moment. Okay, I had a baby at this point. I had a daughter that was under a year old or right at a year old. And my bank account got overdrafted and I was negative 166 in my checkings and then my savings had like $900 in it. And I was $4,000 in debt. I had $4,000 on a credit card. I had a $900 car payment. And I could not understand what I was doing wrong. Okay, this was like the rock bottom, the full on breakdown. I literally sat at the kitchen table just bawling my eyes out to Ty, being like, how am I in this same spot again? Like it was a pattern. It was a clear pattern for me. I would be like doing really good financially, and then all of a sudden I don't know what would happen, but I would go back down to this really low place financially. And I just couldn't get it, especially because I was doing, yes, you get it. I was doing the affirmations. Like I was saying, I'm rich. I'm abundant. Like I was saying the things. I was working as much as physically possible, but nothing was working and I just couldn't understand why. Okay, so I cried at the kitchen table. And then a couple days later, I drove myself to the mountains. And honestly, after this cry session, after this breakdown with Ty, it was a conversation that I had with Ty several times. And I was over it. He was over it. I was just so fucking done. I go to the mountains and I journal a ton. And I journaled so long. And as I sat there, I just decided that I would never allow money to make me feel that way ever again. I felt so unsafe. Like I felt like my life was in danger because I didn't have a certain amount in my bank account. And this was the moment where I was just done. And please let me know if this is you right now. I was done staying stuck. I was done not having enough. I was done stressing and worrying constantly. This was just like the final straw. This was it. It hurt me so bad being in that position that I knew I could never let this happen ever again. I was ready to do whatever I had to make this change. Like it was that serious. Even I can feel it in me right now. Like that moment, there was just no turning back. I was like, I'm so finished with feeling this feeling. I was so frustrated, and it's been years of that same pattern, and I was just ready to get out of it. So, this is when I really started to implement everything I knew about money mindset. All of it. Like, I left no stone unturned, okay? I was doing everything that everyone said this is what you have to do to fix your financial reality. And of course, after doing it, it started to work, okay? This is what happened when I learned when I implemented everything that I learned over the last 6 years, which I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of. I'm going to give you guys as much as I possibly can. I'm not even kidding you guys. Not even 60 days after the breakdown, I had my first $10,000 month. And then I 7x'd what was in my bank account. I remember sitting there. I remember exactly where I was at. I was on a train with one of my friends in Chicago. And I was telling her about how much I was struggling just like 2 months prior. And we're sitting on this train, and I literally have never done this before, but I just showed her my bank account. And I was like, Shannon, I don't know how, but like I do, but like I don't. I just had a $10,000 month. And I just remember being so mind blown that all of this quote unquote woo woo stuff that I was learning actually shifted and changed my reality. That next month, this was in May, then in June, I booked a trip for Ty and we went to go visit Sedona. The Airbnb was 444, of course. It was just like another little confirmation. If you guys are into angel numbers, please let me know. And then right after that, that's when my second business hit six figures. That's when I hit my first $100,000 in the business that I'm currently in now. And my mind, again, it was just absolutely blown. And what's cool is I hit 100K in half of the time that it took me to hit 100K in my last business. And that was just such a cool moment for me. Like once I started really implementing everything that I was learning, it just popped off. Okay. And then I was like, all right, now I need to share this with every single person I possibly know. I started to teach all of the women in my world about this. And when they started implementing it, these were their results. So my client Isabel, she hit her first 100K year. She had a $48,000 a year in the past. She absolutely popped off on social media and then ended up excelling her business to new heights. Then she just now moved into a really nice suite too. One of my clients, she had her first $15,000 month. She was literally making, I kid you not, like $1,800 a month when we first started working together. And it was $1,000 a month to work with me. And she decided to invest all of that and invest so much of what she was making. And that is what ended up coming from it is $15,000 in her first month of being in her own salon suite. Then I was having clients that were hitting their $3,500 weeks, paying off all of their debt, like $6,000 in debt, having $1,200 days, hitting 10K. This is a message actually from one of the girls who are on this call right now. And she had her first 10K in savings, which was such a huge moment for her. I had another client, Michaela, hit her first 100K year, which before that, her year, I'm pretty sure was like $12,000. Like it was insane. This is what is possible when you implement what I'm about to share, okay? Are you guys ready? Like, are we ready to have this kind of result? Are we ready? Yeah, Isabel. Isabel is the girly in here. Okay. Isabel, I just chatted with like yesterday. So, before we dive in, like always, I'm gonna set some real expectations. Now, this is meant to change your life, and it actually will. But it only works if you do the work and you do it consistently. There's so many of us who join these kinds of calls and we're like taking notes and we're like really excited while we're in the moment. And we're like, yes, this is resonating. Yes, yes. And then 2 hours after we get off and it's just like back to reality. And, I'm not in that flow anymore. And I don't want that for you. I want this to be the moment that things change, but you have to make that commitment on your end. My commitment is me showing up and giving everything that I've got. Your commitment is doing the work after. This does not happen overnight. And honestly, when you're doing it all by yourself, I'm telling you, like, it feels a lot better when there's other people doing it with you. So grab an accountability buddy, like grab someone who you know is also wanting to have these types of changes. Send them the recording to this, like whatever that you need to do. You want to make these changes, you're going to have to hold yourself to a higher standard today. I'm about to break down the 4 simple steps to make this your reality as well. And I want to preface this with saying, which this might rock your world a little bit, okay? And you need to let me know if this confuses you in any capacity. I'm gonna have so much time for questions at the end of this, but I want you to understand that right now, you are not seeing the world as it is. You are seeing the world through a filter that has been built from every money moment you've ever experienced. Every time that you have got a bill, every time that your parents received money from some place or paid bills or bought something at a grocery store, those are all money moments. And that filter has been shaping your perspective. Whether or not you believe that the world is abundant or you believe the world is scarce. Whether you think you're going to be poor or broke forever or whether you think you're going to be rich and wealthy. And each of our perspectives and filters are different. So mine is completely different than Sarah's. Mine is completely different than Taylor's. Mine is completely different than Allison's and Alyssa's. So this is what actually needs to change. You currently have been attracting more of what that filter tells you is possible, not what's actually meant for you. It's almost like we came here as like just full on light beings. And as we continue to move throughout the world, people just placed their darkness on us and dimmed our light every time they said, you can't afford that. You can't do that. That's not for people like you. And those comments, they have just like literally it's like turning the brightness down on your phone. They've turned your brightness down, turned your brightness down, turned your brightness down. And now you're just in this place where you're only seeing a peak of the light here and there. When you open up this filter and you change the settings, you get to experience all of the abundance, all of what is actually meant for you without other people's influence. So, to change what you're attracting, we have to go straight to the root and shift what you believe is possible for yourself, what is possible for others. We're going to shift the inside so that on the external, you're now open like a beacon of light, ready to receive more light into your life, ready to receive more abundance, more wealth, more riches, more to give to others. You receive so much energy. Like you guys see, I'm sure you guys see me on social media. Like I have so much to give to you guys. I have so much content that I'm constantly pumping out and it flows through me. That is because I am so deeply connected with this kind of work that there's nothing that's like dimming me anymore. I'm just open and I'm ready to give so much because I'm receiving so much. So, this is the 4 steps to start changing your financial reality, all right? Number 1, you want to get clarity. This is the huge awareness piece that is necessary for everything in your life. We're going to release the past. We're going to rewrite your money stories, and then we're going to start embodying it daily. And embodying it daily, honestly, is, I would say, 80% of the work. The rest of this is the 20%. Embodying it daily in your day to day life when things are coming up, when things are hard, challenging, all the things. That is when the shift is truly made. Oh my goodness, what's this? Why did it go? Hold on. No, 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 no. The filter. Okay, there we go. All right. So, what this looks like in my own life, which I'm sure you guys have seen my story. Number 1, understanding what built my financial limits. So, personally, for me, like I just said, you know how I was crying at the kitchen table? I had this moment once again where I felt like I lost it all. And that is because of the pattern that I experienced growing up. Growing up, I had a lot. I had a lot of abundance. And then all of a sudden, it felt as though all of it was ripped away from me, from my family. My dad lost his business. Cars got repoed. We had credit cards getting declined, debit cards getting declined. We were on EBT. We were on so many different things during that time period that it was like we were high on life, traveling all the time, you know, going to the Bahamas, going to Vegas, like all the time. And then all of a sudden, it was like we were broke. We were going to be living out on the streets. I remember my dad specifically saying that we're going to be living out on the streets, guys. Like we're eating Del Taco 29-cent tacos. Let me know if you guys know what those are. Every single night, like we were looking for coupons constantly on where to eat. There was 6 of us kids that they had to provide for. Like it was really challenging. So what I realized was that that pattern was playing out in my life now as an adult, as a 22, 23, 24-year old. And I had to consciously let go of those stories that I thought were mine, but actually they weren't. They were all from my parents' decisions. They were all from the people that my dad hired for his business and the way that he managed his money. And I didn't realize that that story was not mine because I was just living it out. I didn't even know that the story was continuing to play in my life. So we have to let go of those stories that are no longer yours, and then you have to actually do the work. The work is the journal sessions, the shadow work, like actually going internal and seeing what is in here that is no longer in alignment. What is in here that no longer resonates? And completely reinforcing this new financial reality. And I'm going to give you guys so many tools to do that. I have so much for you guys. When you consistently elevate that abundance mindset and you're on it, you're always reinforcing it, that is when things start to shift and change. That filter that I spoke about, you know, that's creating your perspective. It was created during your childhood between the ages of 0 to 7. So we need to discover, we need to gain clarity on what exact experiences affected the way that you view money so that we can release them and then replace them with beliefs that are aligned with our desires. So having a $10,000 month or getting that next promotion or having new clients come to you, all these things, that is a desire that's at a higher frequency. It's not on the level, the playing field that you are currently on at this moment. So we have to let go of the things that are weighing us down so that we can rise up and match that frequency and attract those desires that we truly want. So this is going to take a second of just some self-inquiry, okay? And I want you to answer this with like the first thing that comes to mind. First, the first answer that pops up. What childhood experiences influenced the way you see money today? I'm going to let that marinate. Maybe it was seeing your parents' cards get declined. Maybe it was the divorce you saw your parents go through. Maybe you saw money being such a huge stressor, having to order off the dollar menu every day. I feel that, Kaylee. I went through a similar situation too. I mean, 29-cent tacos was us several times a week. My parents filing for bankruptcy, same. Seeing how things shifted once my dad lost his job that provided almost all necessities for us growing up, same. Food stamps, same. Splitting a foot long between five people. This is so real, guys. I am so appreciative that you guys can see these experiences. Being on government assistance, growing up dirty, hungry, and broke, seeing my grandparents support us to avoid homelessness, and being on welfare for everything. So, you guys are sharing like such real shit. Like we have all been through experiences that are similar. And these things are influencing what we believe is possible for ourselves. Ask yourselves, how did your parents talk about money? And how did they view people who had it? Did they view people who had money as, they're snooty, they're greedy, they're evil, rich people are evil, rich people are greedy? What kind of conversations came up when they had to pay for things? Ooh, they're lucky. People shaming me for having rich grandparents. Ooh, that's so interesting too. Grandparents constantly made fun of rich people. Yes. So all of these micro moments, that is what has created the filter. And that filter is so clogged with dirt and grime that the abundance, the water or the light can no longer get to you. You're not open to receive because you're literally being blocked by shit, by poo-poo, by not good things. Okay? So now I want you to ask yourself, how do you feel anytime that you pay bills? Do you feel that pit of anxiety? How do you feel anytime an unexpected expense came up? If I told you right now you had to go pay $2,000 to go get new tires on your car, how would you feel? If I was like, sorry, there's holes in all of your tires, we have nails in all of the tires. Stressed and like the world is ending. Stop. No. I was anxious, but now I'm grateful that I'm able to. Good. Overstressed. I'd probably cry and find another credit card to see if I could get approved to fix the problem. Stress filled with anxiety. This. Exactly, guys. Okay, so if this is the constant frequency that we're sending out, I gave the tire example because I literally just went through that last year. I also went through my tax lady last year flipping the screen and showing me that I owed $10,000. And I stayed so present in my body to see what reaction comes up. And I did not react. And same with when I had to pay for these, I had to pay 2 grand in new tires last year because I ran over some nails and then Audi screwed me over with not replacing all my tires. It was a whole thing. And when I paid for it, I had never experienced this ease. But this was because of the work that I had been doing. I no longer had that same response of the stress, of the anxiety, of the overwhelm, of holy shit, how am I going to do this? It was just like, okay, got it. All right, I'll handle it. And it was no longer that spiral. So that is what's possible when you decide to let go of these things. And I want you to really ask yourself, even right now, like, what language are you using when you talk about money? If someone says, hey, babe, do you want to go out this weekend? Are you saying I'm broke? If someone is asking you, like, do you want to go get lunch? Or hey, do you want to go take a trip later this year? Are you responding, I can't afford that, I'm broke? Or are you responding, oh no, like that's just not a priority for me right now? Because there's a difference. Are you saying I'll never have enough? Or are you saying I always have more than enough? Every single statement that you say reinforces that reality. It strengthens that filter. So even if you're joking, your brain does not know the difference. It's just taking everything that you say as reality, as truth. So you have to be extremely careful. I want you to ask yourself and answer this honestly. Do you believe you're someone who gets to have financial freedom? Yes, Allison does. Yes, yes. I want to fully believe it. Yes, with a lot of hard work. Ooh, that's a good one. So, yes, only if she works hard. Yes, once I let go of what no longer serves me. Yes, absolutely. But maybe my subconscious doesn't. Yes, but need to learn and apply myself. Yes, I'm getting there. Yes, praying for the consistency, the outcome of the hard work. Okay, all right, there we go. So, very valid, every single one of you guys, wherever that you're at. Okay. Now, if you said yes, what is blocking you from receiving it? And if you said no, what needs to shift in order for you to experience financial freedom? Do you feel like you know the answer? Okay, perfect. My belief system. Beautiful. Do you guys feel like it's anything else? What is blocking you guys? Doubting myself. So good. Discipline. Ooh. Internal scripts, internal belief systems. Yes. Fear. Okay. So we clearly are recognizing that things are holding us back. I feel like my thoughts are not everyone is rich, so why do I deserve it? Ooh, fear of being perceived. So good. Mindset matter. Okay, and please, guys, I'm not even kidding you. I will give you guys a full-on coaching session after this. So if you have specific questions, like save them because I get it. I want to help you guys through these like live. All right. So right now, all of these things that you're saying, we're gonna like draw a line in the sand, okay? Everything that we've just said lives in the past now. We have to release the past. But you cannot fully let go of those experiences without addressing them, which is why we have to say these things. Like honestly, all these things you guys just sent in the chat right now, is this something that like you guys are conversating about? Are you guys addressing these things or are you just kind of like you're aware that they're there, but like you really don't want to look at it? Because that's how I was. I did not want to look at this stuff. I did not want to journal on it. I didn't want to think about it. I just wanted to like keep existing. I get it. It's the hardest part. And all of those affirmations or those phrases like, I am abundant, they won't work when all of those past experiences are shaping how you view your current reality. So, what we have to do is we have to do the deep emotional healing, like actually feeling this and letting it fully go. You can't, I always say this, you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you have to go through it. You have to feel it to release it. So, sometimes because we're not even saying these things, we're not even like saying, yeah, I doubt myself. We're not able to even give ourselves a solution because we're just stuck in the problem without even addressing it. So we have to do the deep emotional healing work that honors and releases the past. That past version of us, she has served us. She has. But she's just no longer needed. Like we're good. We've graduated. You know, we're at a different level of our life where we don't really need those experiences to continue to influence us. You can't just put a band-aid over a gaping wound. So if there's this part of you that's like, oh my gosh, I feel like exactly what happened to my parents is going to happen to me. I'm so scared of that. I'm so scared of that. I'm so scared of that. I'm so scared of losing it all. I'm so scared of going broke. I'm so scared of ordering off the dollar menu. I'm so scared of all these things. And then you're just like, I'm abundant. The fuck is that going to do? Like, that's not going to do anything. You have to go in and literally like surgically remove what it is with hyper specificity. You have to remove it. It's like a game of operation. You need to figure out exactly what's in there, remove it, take it out, and like can throw it to a different planet. It's no longer needed. It would be like shoving everything in your closet and be like, it's clean. No, it's not, babe. You're just like putting it all in one shitty pile. You have to actually address these things and release that past version of yourself so that you can fully step into the wealthiest version of you. So ask yourself right now, what are you still holding on to? What needs to be fully released to make room for your new desires? Is it that doubt? If it's that doubt, what is your game plan? What are we going to do about it? If it's the fear of judgment, if it's the I'm worried what people will say, if it's those limits that you're putting on yourself, the doubting your own beliefs, all of that. If that's what you're holding on to, you need to, the longer that you don't address it, the longer that you just let those tapes keep playing, unfortunately, you're gonna stay stuck in the mud. You're gonna stay stuck with this filter around you of just darkness, of dirt, of rocks, of everything. We have to let go. Ooh, fear to fail. That's a good one. I used to be scared of that too. I used to think, what if I lost it all? And then my mentor asked me, Savannah, if you lost it all, what would you do? And I said, I would fucking rebuild. Like I would just pick it back up and go. Like that's the kind of person that I am. If I fail, I'll get back up. So you have to become that person that's strong enough to pick yourself back up after experiencing that. And if that high level of self-doubt that keeps coming up over and over and over again, that will not just go away on its own. You don't just like get older and it fades. It only is illuminated by more experiences. So everything that you go through, it's just highlighted now. So what we need to do is we have to start rewriting this money story. You need to shift that filter. That filter, the actual name for that filter is called the RAS, Reticular Activating System. When you shift your RAS, your mind, that filter from scarcity to abundance, you do that by emphasizing every evidence of abundance that is around you and letting go of every inkling of scarcity as it arises. So you might feel delusional. You might look at your bank account and see less than $1,000. You need to, in that moment, say that this is more than enough. I always have more than enough. And you have to actually feel that within you. And it's easier for you to feel that within you when there's no longer these other stories that are holding you back. When you continue to emphasize that every inkling of abundance, where like it could be a penny on the floor, it could be a dime on the floor, it could be the abundance of blades of grass, the abundance of leaves on the trees, the abundance of air to breathe. When you finally shift into realizing that we are abundant as soon as we come onto earth, that is when things change. Like your mom didn't have to really do much to conceive you. Okay? She's abundant of her, what are they called? Eggs. And this magical miracle of a human came. We are naturally abundant as we are right now, especially as women, as everyone for any gender. But you need to understand that when you're creating this new financial reality, you need to have clear numbers. Like, yes, we're going to play in all the beliefs, but you also need to know, like, what would that look like? How many people in your, how many clients would you need, or how many promotions would you need till you get to that level of financial stability? What does your dream life actually entail? How much abundance do you need for that lifestyle that you really want, that you're seeing other people have, that you desire so much? Your brain has no clue where it's going if that's not like, if you're not programming it to that. It would be like getting in your car and not programming your GPS when you're trying to go somewhere you've never been. If you're trying to go somewhere you've never been, you need to be very clear with what exactly is that address? What exactly is that number that you're wanting to get to? What does your vision look like? And you need to completely trust that you will be provided for. Now, this is the hard part too. This is another challenging aspect because if you've ever been screwed over in the past, if you've ever been lied to, cheated on, stabbed in the back, betrayed, if you have abandonment issues, if you have like so many things can trigger our trust in the universe. Our trust that we will be provided for, our trust that we will be safe, that we will be secure, that we will be okay. But the reality is, right now, when you're listening to this message, you are safe exactly where you're at right now. You are protected, you are guided, you're not in danger, and you always have been. You've always been safe. We've just been programmed to think that we are not. So you have to fall into trust. Trust was the hardest part of all of this for me. Trusting that I'm going to be provided for when I would look at my bank account and it would be negative. And I'd be like, what? How am I going to do this? But the more that I decided to trust and work on all of my trust issues through so much coaching and all of the money mindset masterclasses and programs and books and all the things, I realized that there was this huge wound of trust. So we have to rebuild that. And this is where you start to upgrade your language. You start to upgrade all of your conversations. When people are talking about certain things, you will no longer engage in the way that you always have, or you'll no longer talk to certain people about money problems anymore because you're realizing that person is only going to make me spiral lower. We need people who are going to spiral you upwards. You start to recognize the inputs, the shows that you're watching that are influencing the broke mindset, the music you listen to that's influencing the broke mindset. You start to upgrade all of that to abundance, to higher frequencies, to better relationships, people who are not also at that same level of just complaining and constantly frustrated and all of that. You have to have real, true boundaries. Boundaries with yourself of what you will not entertain, and boundaries with others as well. And it's going to take so much intention, but it's possible. That's exactly what I have done throughout this. And now this is the part where this is the daily stuff. This is the every single day. Every single micro moment that you're choosing to redirect your thoughts and actions to the most abundant version of you. When you're given the bill at the end of dinner, and usually you spiral into, oh my gosh, okay, so if that was $70, and that means that I have $130 left in my bank account, and then I need $130 to pay for this, this, and that, and then I'm gonna have no more money. That, that exact spiral, we have to stop it as soon as you say, as soon as they give you the bill. That's the shift. When the bill is handed over to you, you're no longer responding the way that you always have. You say, oh my gosh, I am so grateful that I had the money to pay for this experience and to nourish my body with something amazing. It's in every single micro moment. It's when you're walking on the street and you find a penny on the floor. And the old you would be like, oh my gosh, a penny is not going to do anything. The new you is like, oh my gosh, a penny? The universe is showing me that I'm abundant. The universe is giving me more. The universe is showing me that it's providing for me, even in the smallest of ways. Every morning, you really can just start to take a second to check in with yourself and ask yourself, are you sending out thoughts of lack or abundance? When you're brushing your teeth, you can literally already see where your head is at right in the morning of like, are you already calculating what bills are coming out this month, what bills are coming in, what income is flowing? Like, if that's the mindset that you're in, you have to ground yourself in that moment and recenter to abundance. This will help you realign with your desired reality every single day. If this is just the one piece that you take, just do that. Put it on a sticky note on your mirror. This takes like real true intentionality. When you buy groceries, every time you buy groceries, when you swipe your card, like every single time I swipe my card and I scan it or whatever and I say like I feel my body light up with gratitude. I feel my body light up with abundance. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can pay for these groceries." Anytime that I get gas, I'm so grateful that I have the abundance to take care of the gas. Every time you treat yourself, when those moments of scarcity come up, how quickly can you return back to what you know to be true? Everything that I'm sharing in here. How quickly can you return back? Because it's literally just that. Like as soon as you acknowledge it, as soon as you change it and you shift, you're no longer in that low frequency. You're now vibrating at a higher place and that abundance is going to find you so much quicker because you're no longer blocked. How is this landing with you guys? Are we feeling this? Do you guys get this? Do you see the work that needs to be done? Are you recognizing ways that we can do this? You're the greatest of all time. Thank you. I'm having so many realizations. Yes, love it. Yes, 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 absolutely. Okay. So we're understanding exactly what the steps are. 1000% hit. Good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Okay. So these are simple ways that you can start to feel into the abundance everywhere around you. I highlight the abundance like in my life all the time where when I'm driving, I'm like, wow, that's $100,000 car. Wow, that's $170,000 car. Wow, that's a $25,000 car. Wow, that's this, that's that. I'm constantly calculating that. I'll sit in a coffee shop and I'll sit back, I'll look around and I'll be like, okay, there's 10 laptops in here. Those laptops go for about $1,200. So we're looking at about $12,000 that is all sitting here just in laptops. Then you add on everyone else's phone that's in the room. Everyone's using about a phone that costs about $1,000 each. So that's another like $15,000 right there. And I start just racking up these numbers. Oh my gosh, that girl is wearing red bottom shoes. Oh my gosh, that girl's carrying a Louboutin bag. I'm counting up all of the money around me and I'm just constantly reinforcing that. Instead of sitting there focused on my bank account or whatever that it is that I could be focused on, I'm instead focusing on the abundance. And the more attention that you put on that abundance around you, the more that it is going to become normal to you. It's going to become safe to you. It's the exact reason why I opened this masterclass up and talked to you guys about looking at $300,000 cars. That is the reality that I am trying to, not even that I'm trying to, that I am familiarizing myself with, that I am saying is safe for me. Whenever someone is absolutely crushing it on social media and you see, they just hit this in their business or they just now hit this income level or they just hit, this huge accomplishment that you've always wanted to have. Instead of feeling that like, oh, like dude, she's so much younger or older than me. Like, how did she get there? Or, making this internal dialogue that's just not supportive. How can you shift that narrative to say, I am just like her? Honestly, the more calls that I get on like this, I realize how similar I am to other people. We all make mistakes. We all laugh super funny. We all have our little quirks. We're all super strange and weird and silly and goofy. And I want you to realize that you are the exact same as me. I'm not above you. I'm not nothing. Like there's no difference between you and I. I'm just utilizing every single piece of information that I get and I'm putting it into action and I'm implementing it. Have like one day a week where you just allow yourself to do whatever that you want. Like, that's a form of abundance itself. Abundance is not just money, abundance is also having a day where you have space, having a day where you can sit on the couch and just read, having a day where you can walk in the park and look at all of the beautiful flowers, having a day where you can stare up at the sky, and see how vast this universe really is. Abundance shows up in so many ways. And if you can start tapping into that, you're no longer going to be bogged down by the physical, what's happening physically. And then you can start to welcome in so much more because you're no longer holding these weights on you. When you start to make these changes and you shift internally, your external reality shifts too. Okay, this is how it actually shows up and actually starts making you money. Number one, you show up a lot more calm because you're no longer in stress. You're no longer overwhelmed. You're no longer freaking out. You're actually in a calm, confident energy, and you're going to attract so many more opportunities leading to more abundance in that. When you walk into a coffee shop and you're calm, collected, you're just chill and you're just observing what's around you. You're not checking your bank account or counting up all the blah blah blah, like you're not spiraling. You're just present and you look up and you make eye contact with someone and they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you that girl that I saw dancing on TikTok? Oh my gosh, like I would love to have you come perform at my blah blah blah." Like that's how it can be. It really can just completely open things up for you. I know that's a very specific example, but it could be anything. It could be you complimenting someone next to you because they're wearing really cute shoes and they start talking to you about what you do and then all of a sudden you just gain a new client. Or they say, "Oh my gosh, you have the exact skill that I need in my company." And they hire you now at like a top executive level. You have no idea what can shift when you are in the most calm, cool, collected version of yourself. You are going to start attracting so much more. You also will start to share from a place of authenticity and creativity because you're no longer in survival. You start coming up with all these random ideas that start coming to you so beautifully because you're no longer stressed and worried. This will create a frequency and energy of just magnetism where everyone wants to know what you do. Everyone wants to know, how can I work with you? Everyone wants to get what you have because they see how light and bright and beautiful you are because you've let go of so much. Are you guys understanding how this can really shift and actually show up in your external reality? Are we seeing how the internal work can then make this huge change on externally? And it's okay if you're skeptical. It's okay. I was too. Like I'm so serious. I was too. I was very skeptical. But once I started to understand the science and how the reticular activating system, that filter, actually is and all of these different things, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to change my life. And I want it to change yours, okay? I want to really break this down and let you guys feel into this for a moment. So if you are not driving, I want you to take a second to slow things down and we're going to do a little visualization. I love doing these visualizations because it allows you to actually feel what it would be like to live in that higher frequency more frequently. Okay? So take a moment. We're going to slow things down right now. Get comfortable, grab your water, grab your blanket, grab your pillow, and get into a comfortable seat, or you can be lying down if you'd like to. And we're going to drop in for a second just with connecting to our breath. Noticing exactly how your breath is just naturally. The effortless inhale, the effortless out exhale. Notice how you just receive effortlessly. You're giving effortlessly. I want you to deepen those breaths, taking more air into the lungs. And as you exhale, fully just letting go of everything within you. Inhaling light, exhaling darkness. Inhaling all of the abundance that's available to you in so many different ways and letting go of all of the limitations, all of the things that are holding you back, holding you down. Pay attention to how the air feels going in and how it feels leaving your body as well. I want you to imagine with your eyes closed that you have a beacon of light shooting up from the top of your head all the way into the stars above, into the cosmos. I want you to imagine that light strengthening, growing as you inhale and continue to just allow this breath to just flow effortlessly. You don't have to do anything, you just simply get to be for this moment here. Now, I want you to imagine that you wake up hearing a knock at your door. As you plant your feet on the ground, you walk through your bedroom, watching your feet cross over that threshold. You go to your front door, and when your hand grasps the handle and you open it, I am standing there. I'm standing there with $10,000 in my hand. And you ask, "What is this for?" And I reply, "It's for you. No strings attached. You're just amazing. And I'm so proud of you. Here you go." I place it into your hands so you can feel the weight. It's almost as if you can smell it. You can see every little detail in it. How do you feel in that moment? Recognize all of the thoughts that are going through your head. What is the very first thing you want to treat yourself to? How would it feel to drive your dream car? How would it feel to book your dream vacation for you, for your family, for all of your friends to join? What kind of memories would you get to experience with all of the people that you love, having that kind of abundance consistently flow into your life? How would it feel to effortlessly give to all the people that are important to you? How would you feel 1 week after having that abundance in your life? How would you feel a month after continuously receiving that abundance? What kind of relief would this bring to you? How would it feel to never have to worry about what you spend or how much is in your bank account? Allow yourself to just sit in that gratitude for a moment. Feeling that gratitude just grow so intensely. Allow that gratitude to light up your body the same way that the light in the room does as soon as you flip that switch. Allow yourself to feel that excitement and that happiness that rushes through every bit and piece of your body because you know that this would change your life forever. How would it feel if you felt that way every single time that you received a check or you even picked up a dime on the floor? Every time you checked your bank account, you felt safe. You felt expansive. You felt supported and taken care of. This abundance is your birthright. All we have to do is tap into that frequency more frequently. tapping into this feeling more often, allowing that feeling to double and triple in size until it takes over everything in your life. When this is your frequency, that your default mechanism is at, when your autopilot is abundance, everything you desire will come your way. This is what's possible for you. Now, I want you to deepen your breath once again, coming back into the room, allowing yourself to just feel into that experience fully. Move that energy throughout your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, claiming that this is the reality that you are choosing to elevate to. This is the destination. Take your last few deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and let me know, how did that feel? Send it in the chat. What was that like for you? Like home. Woo! Beautiful. Emotional. I felt so safe, warming, relieving, peaceful. Felt like I could actually breathe. Wow. My heart space is so opening. You always bring me to almost tears after a visualization. Good. I just got chills throughout my whole body, like a warm, fuzzy feeling. I love you, intense but powerful. Oh, I'm so happy. Are you guys ready for that to be your reality? Oh, I felt it. I felt relieving, and then when my mind came in, it felt a little uncomfortable, and then I dropped back in and just let it light me up. Yes, you did that in a millisecond. That's exactly what we need to be doing every single day. That was amazing. It felt great releasing my fears. My first thought that popped up was 10K is not enough. Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we are ready for this, right? This is really the declaration moment because right now you have that power. That power is always available to you. That abundance is always available for you. And what you do from here, from this moment moving forward, is what is most important. If you want to change your life, you have to start making changes in your life in every single micro moment, deciding that that is the new reality. And when you do, this is what happens. Okay, you put in your 2 weeks notice. You hit your first 12K month. This was a message I just got from Emily on Monday. You get approved to buy your first home. Your paychecks grow from $700 or from $150 to $700. You get new clients that are ready and willing to pay you more than they ever have. You start being seen on a level that allows you to attract more abundance. These are the results that every single one of the clients that I teach this stuff to have had. It is absolutely life-changing. You will attract more wealth than ever before. You will finally feel safe in being seen. Now, today I've given you what you need to know to change your financial reality, but the hardest part is going to be sticking with it. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. I don't want you to hop off this and then just go right back to that default. You have to show up in abundance when you don't feel abundant. And when you figure out exactly how to change your perspective in those moments of spiraling, that's where everything starts to shift and truly open up to the next level. And that is exactly why I created a 10-week live course to support you through this beautiful evolution. Okay. This becoming a money magnet, as soon as I started putting together this masterclass, an entire course spilled out of me, a 10-week long course. It's a step-by-step process to fully rewire your mind into unlimited abundance. And you're going to learn all the ins and outs, all of the most nitty-gritty details to attract and hold the kind of abundance that you've always desired and are deserving of. You're going to have constant support from myself and all of the aligned, incredible women inside. You're going to have journal prompts and exercises and resources to change your life. All of the subconscious reprogramming tracks, all of the things that are going to change that filter, all of the actual journal prompts that you need to start identifying these things to let go of them. You'll also have access to past courses that I've done and content. Usually this is 1,011 or $1,111, okay? But I'm choosing not to charge that. I do this work because I truly want to make the biggest impact possible. I want this to be a full fuck yes for every single person on this call. I want this to be accessible, especially for you. And that is exactly why I'm giving it away to anyone who joins us inside Tranquil Minds. Tranquil Minds is only $44 a month. You'll have access to all of our past calls, plus you'll get instant access to my last course that we ran, Aligned and Abundant, which is usually $777 for no extra. And I guarantee that this is going to change your life. If you show up and you do the work and you still don't see changes, I will continue to work with you on me until you do. You'll have 100% a satisfaction guarantee. There's nothing to lose, only everything to gain. And if you join us right now using, what the heck, using the link in the chat, you will also get a free one-on-one call with me. I just dropped that link and you can join us and you will be on our kickoff call that is coming up so soon. So many of the girls are already inside. Mariah's inside. It's so worth it. I love Tranquil Minds. Claire is inside. This community is like no other and it's truly life-changing. Gia's inside. It's so worth it to join. I love that all of these girls are they're like diehards. They're my girlies. Geneva said, bet. Sold with the one-on-one call. Yes. I am so happy to hear this. Yes. Let me know when you do it. It's the most amazing community. Guys, seriously though, like, I'm not kidding. This kind of content that we get into is so real, and we do Q&As as well. So after every single session, I also coach them personally. So it's not just like a group community where I just like give you a bunch of information and then I say, all right, bye. It's like they stay on and they're like, okay, so I want to understand this more. Can you break down, like, I just got this bill and I don't know how to change my mindset on this. Those are the little things that make such a huge difference. Rose said, I love Tranquil Minds. It's been amazing to be a part of. This is my sign. I worked with Sav one-on-one for a while. Yes, Emily worked with me for over a year, and now she's been a part of Tranquil Minds for several months, and it's been such an incredible experience. Claire's ready to do one-on-one again. Yes, seriously, you guys are going to absolutely love. Oh my gosh, yes! Wait, LP just said I'm in. Now that the Peru training I wanted to go to got canceled, I think I can make this work. Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Working with Sav is worth every single penny for real. I love that you guys are just, I don't have to say nothing. I can just let you guys read the chat. No, literally, Taylor has worked with me. Oh, Amy said that she's in. Yay! Okay, let me know as soon as you guys get in. We will be scheduling these calls. Oh, Mackenzie just got in. Charity just got in. Elfie just got in. Yay! I'm so excited. And as everybody is rolling in, guys, like this is the time. Like this is the time where the year of the horse, like that energy is just so real. Like this is the time to change. Last year was the year of the snake where we're shedding things, and you're going to experience that even in the course as well. We are letting go of so much. I have crafted the most intentional the most intentional experiences for you guys to walk through so that you actually are changing throughout this. It's going to be throughout April, May, and June. So, April, May, and June, we're going to be diving in. I already put together, oh my gosh, yes, $11 a week exactly. When we do that, we're going to be doing, I already put together the schedule. That's what I was going to say. I already put together the schedule for the 10 weeks. So there's some weeks where we're on, some weeks that we're off, and then there's some weeks where it's consistent. Oh, the link isn't working for her. Geneva, let me see if I can text it to you. Is it not working for anyone else? All signed up. Oh, yay! Okay, no worries, Charity. Going to the grocery store. Yay! Okay, let's see who else. Oh, Naya got in. Amy got in. Rachel got in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait to pour into you guys. I already told all the girls in Tranquil that you guys are all coming, and they're just so excited. We set this really clear intention that only the most aligned people would join us, the people who are really ready to change and evolve and raise their frequency. And the fact that all of you guys are feeling that pull to do this, it just it makes my heart so beyond happy. Okay, Geneva is getting in. Ah. Okay. Also, I'm gonna stay on for questions. So if you guys have any questions, I have so much time. Oh yes, girl. We've got work to do. I'm so excited to do that together. I'm so ready for that. Okay, any questions? So this is the time where you can unmute yourself if you need. You can ask whatever questions that you have. I am here and I am all yours.
Hi, Savannah. I have a
Hi.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I am definitely a person who, as soon as money comes in, it is right back at my bank account. So I'm trying to find a balance between I deserve to send this money and you need to save some money. Like,
Yeah, that's
so
so fair.
so I'm trying to find the balance between that.
Yes. Yeah, because I get when you're holding on to everything, you might feel like I don't know, like you're not able to feel into the abundance because you're not able to like buy the things that you
Right,
want.
right.
Yes. So I think that everything I just believe in moderation. Doing things
Hmm.
in moderation. It's the same with like we're not gonna go eat dessert every single night. I personally don't do that. We're not gonna go, rub bad skincare on our face every single night. We're not going to go do these things every single day.
Hmm.
To really like support myself with this, I started kind of making rules. It wasn't a budget, but it was more so just like boundaries for myself. So it
That
was
makes
like,
sense.
okay, every Friday I would treat myself with going to go get myself sushi. And
Oh,
I
cute.
would go
Okay, yeah.
somewhere that was like reasonable. I wasn't gonna go to like Nobu. I was gonna go get some good
Right.
sushi. And I that would be like my treat for the week that I would look forward to all week long and be so excited to do that. So like I would, or if I wanted to grab myself a coffee or a drink like that, I'd be like, okay, I'll let myself do this like a couple times a week as my treat, but I'm not gonna act on every single impulse of like, oh, I really want to get something from Starbucks today. I'm just gonna go get it. And then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. So it's to me, I just had to kind of inquire with myself, okay, am I doing this just to give myself a dopamine hit? I'd find myself doing that. Or am I doing this because I like genuinely am conscious with my decision. I'm doing it because I really want this and I've earned it. And I know I'm still gonna have money left over. So also having that like, okay, well, I know if I spend if I have $100 in my bank account that I like have access to that I want to spend, like maybe spending a little bit of it, but then putting the rest into savings. Like just deciding, I'm not going to spend all, but like I'll spend a bit. I think that it's just
Right.
those little tiny switches that can make such a huge difference. Um, and like if you're making an investment, being intentional of like, do you really see the return on investment? Do you know that this is going to change things for you? Is there proof? Is there like, is there other people who have done it? Like that kind of stuff. Um, and looking on the ROI.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Good,
Okay,
I'm glad.
thank you.
Yeah, let me know if you have more questions on that.
Okay.
That was a really good one. I feel like everybody has experienced that. Thank you guys for joining for those few people who are heading out. If anyone else has any more questions, I'm all yours. Unmute yourself, ask. I've got your back. Sarah, I just got yours. Yay! So excited. Okay.
A quick
Yes.
question.
Go ahead, T.
So you know how you said that you were like doing your affirmations and it's just like, okay, like if saying I'm abundant just slaps a band-aid on top, how do you in those situations of like can't say like you are rich and things like that and like it not fix the issue but still try to have those if affirmations, like what kind of affirmations, what, because you want to speak like positively and like
Yeah.
gratitude, like what should I be shifting in my vocabulary per se, my affirmations?
Yes. Okay, this is so good. So instead of saying things like I don't want to say don't say these things because I think that they are still supportive, but instead of reaching for like the highest fruit of like I'm having $10,000 months when you're having $3,000 months, just
Hmm.
being like I'm having $4,500 months. I'm having $6,000 months. I'm having $7,000 months. Making those goals more incremental rather than like just shooting for the stars because then we end up finding ourselves really disappointed because we're so far from that. So that's one. Also, instead of saying like I never have enough, saying like I always have more than I could ever need. Because the
Hmm.
reality is, T, like I know that you have more than you could ever need in a lot of different areas in your life.
Hmm.
Maybe just the number in the bank account is where the misalignment is, but you do have everything that you need. Like you have clean clothes, water, you have shelter, like you have the things that you need. So just shifting that even I have more than I could ever need. Um Affirmations, like I think that they are supportive in conjunction with doing the deep internal work. So once you're letting go of all of those things that have been attached to you for so long, where like you were in that broke mindset or you did have those experiences in your childhood, when you are letting go of that, like say like you have to intentionally say, I am letting go of this, and instead this is the new reality that I am calling in. And this is a lot of the work that we are going to be doing inside the program as well. So if you're in there, you'll definitely be getting like a more what is it called? Like you're gonna be getting a more in-depth, you'll get it more in depth, whatever. But yeah, so just not reaching for like the highest chain, like the things that are
Yeah.
unreasonable. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay,
I was
good.
writing some of that down.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you.
I know you're always a note taker.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Let me know if you have more questions, though. I'm always here for that. Does anyone else have any other questions? These are good ones. I'm happy that you guys have both asked this.
When you
Hi,
were in those,
Savannah. Oh,
Oh, hi. Okay, go ahead.
me or her? She can go first.
Amy. Oh, wait.
Me?
T, were you done? Was it T or was it someone else? Okay.
it's okay, Amy could go.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
go
thank
ahead,
you.
Amy.
Hi. So, it's been a long time. So I
Hi.
have a question. How would you say like to do or to actually let go of what's holding you back? Because sometimes like we think like, oh my God, we want to do so much, or we have the plan, we have like the goals, we have like the ideas and everything, but it's like something always holding you back, and you're just not knowing how to like actually let go. And like for me, like I feel like I listen to a lot of like YouTube videos like of letting go of things
Yeah.
that can, like keep holding me, and like I constantly take walks saying like I let go of what no longer serves me, but I feel like there's still something like holding me and like telling me, oh my gosh, like what if it doesn't work like that, or if you just like spend so much time on it and then it doesn't work like the way you want it to work. Like
Yeah.
what if this is not the right idea? Like how do you like let go of those things? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
So what I am curious to know is how do you feel as though you have really addressed what you are holding on to, or are you just kind of saying these phrases like I let go of anything that holds me back?
um I just say like the phrases because I feel like I mean, throughout the years I feel like I let go of a lot of stuff, but
Good.
I feel like there's something like that is like the fear, that it's like, because I do have two little ones, so it's like, man, like, they're involved too. Like, if I
Yeah.
fail, then I'm failing them, like, or, I don't really have much time to like pour into like, let's say, for example, like a business or something when I have to spend money on them, because they're so little
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, so it sounds like you are needing to call in more overflow rather than just enough. And I think that that's where like the upgrade there is completely different, especially if you've never experienced that.
Oh, I see.
So, so yeah, so really like I would be specifically calling in like an overflow. I'm ready to receive an overflow of abundance. I'm ready to have more than I could ever need. Saying those things, but also coupling the vision casting work with like what does that actually look like? And that's exactly like that's a big part of this course as well as us clarifying this next level for us. What does that lifestyle look like when you're experiencing that? What are the feelings that that lifestyle is going to give you? If it's going to give you more peace, more freedom, more fulfillment, more safety, more security, more happiness, all of these different things, then how are you feeling into that on a daily basis so that you can attract those things? Because if you are only feeling into that on a daily basis, for 5 minutes a day or for 10 minutes a day, but the rest of the 24 hours are on autopilot or default mode or in scarcity, then we're not actually able to rewire that. And this course specifically is going to help you with changing that internal narrative. It's going to help you with creating that frequency more frequently so that that is now the new default.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it really is it's through more than like just letting go. It's like addressing. I know a lot of times we don't want to address what we're holding on to because it's a lot for us. It can be traumatic for us or we don't want to look at those things, but those experiences, they're still stuck within you. You need to fully let go of them by feeling them. And that's the
No.
sticky part no one wants to do. But once you can
Right.
like actually, when you look back at your childhood or whatever it is that you're like, okay, I'm noticing that this is a pattern that I've had for years and years and years. I noticed that I used to do this. When you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's when that pattern started, when I was in that specific situation and I looked up at my mom and blah, blah, blah happened. You allowing yourself to feel that, allowing yourself to cry it out, to let go of it, the actual experience that you're holding on to, because it is the root. The root is that.
Right.
It, it's not just like a overarching, oh, I'm letting go of anything that's holding me back. That's not specific enough. That's what I was talking about when we go into it's like a game of operation. You're going in and you're like surgically removing that exact thing that's blocking it. That's what we have to get rid of. And that's going to be through doing more of that deeper internal work rather than just the surface level of I let go of whatever no longer serves me.
Right.
Does that
Okay.
resonate?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I hear you. I guess I 100% have been there too, and especially with my daughter, like I get it's a different level of
Yeah.
intention that you need to hold, but knowing that when you start to make these changes, that's what's going to allow you to have that overflow and bring in so much more for the family and even clarifying that vision of like, what would that do for your guys' family?
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, because you are one of the like most disciplined people I know, like in the best way.
Yeah.
And my word for this year is devotion because I don't like the word discipline. I don't know why. It makes me feel like punishment almost.
Ooh, okay.
And as I've been doing this, I've been like, I'm just trying to find the nuance or the balance of like, okay, yeah, I have to do the things even when I don't feel like doing them. But then sometimes I go overboard where I'm like not giving myself enough time just to be and to reset and to take time for myself. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I have very strong, although I'm very disciplined, I also have very strong boundaries. And those boundaries on a weekly basis is what keeps me in my flow state with work and in my flow state with life. So I'm very sectioned off, structured. Like when it comes to my work hours are very specific. They don't bleed into my rest time. I am resting and I'm present with my family after 5 p.m. every single day. Like I'm not doing anything for work after that because that's what allows me to refill my cup. And then on the weekends, I'm completely off. So throughout the week, I have my time where I'm like turned on, I'm disciplined, I'm showing up, I'm there, I'm present, I'm fucking crushing it. And I always know, well, at 5 p.m., I'm gonna get that rest. Well, on the weekend, I'm gonna get that rest. So I feel like I'm not really getting into that burnout or, I'm not um yeah, I'm not getting into burnout or overwhelm as frequently because I have those scheduled breaks and that keeps me so on top of things.
Hmm.
So that's what I would say is just like making more business hours for yourself where you're like, I'm not gonna work past this time because this is my time to recharge and fill my cup. I also do cycle sync big time. So like I will front load all of my work. That's face to camera work. Like right now I'm in my ovulation phase, which is where my energy is the highest. I know you know this. Energy is the highest. So I'm like, I'm gonna bust out so much. All of the marketing, all this masterclass, everything that I've done for this masterclass was done through my last ovulation phase and my follicular. So with that, like I'm just very intentional with, okay, I'm gonna front load all of my work there so that then I still have my business hours even when I'm on my period and things like that, but it's different workflows where it's like, okay, I'm editing content now or I'm editing my podcast. In my ovulation, I filmed my podcast. So I'm very just structured and that's what keeps me so on top of things. I looked at everything at the beginning of this year and was like, I want to show up like a CEO. I'm going to do things on a quarterly timeline this year. And so I created my Q1 goal was this masterclass. I'm going to do everything leading up to this masterclass. I have 90 or however many days to just focus so intentionally on that, give it my all. And then my next 90 days now restarts. And it's just kept me, it gives myself enough space because I'm giving myself 90 days instead of just a month or a week or whatever. And I just have a lot more, I feel like, energy to give because I'm also receiving a lot. Does that land?
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you brought up the cycle syncing because that was one thing I was even saying to my mom because I cycle sync with a lot of other things like eating and exercising and all of that, but I was like productivity is something that I have not synced with that, and it's so true.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It makes such a huge difference. I've told Ty, I'm like, I am on a different level now. I feel so
Mhm.
good now that I'm planning that. I created a podcast on it. It's on my podcast. It's called like How I'm Cycle Syncing.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
like it. Yes, I need a cycle sync for my work. Absolutely. Does anyone else have any other questions? Okay. I'll give it like 30 more seconds, and if not, then we'll close this out. You guys have such good questions. And also, oh yeah, go ahead, T.
Sure about Tranquil Minds. I joined. So where in that same link we'll get all the information and stuff.
Yes, so you're gonna get an email immediately that'll give you the Telegram, and then it will also give you a link to create a portal. So you'll have your own like dashboard where all of the past content has been, and you'll have your own login and everything. So just create a login on there, join the Telegram, and you're set. And then you'll see I'm going to send a message in there. The doors are going to close in the next couple days for this program. I'll send a message in there announcing the official schedule. If you scroll back, it's already in there. You can see it there. But the schedule will be in there and everything else that you need.
Sounds
I'm
good.
so
Thank
happy to
you.
have you. I'm actually stoked that you joined because we need your energy.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm always here. I'm always an open book. Anyone who knows me, I'll share the depths of my soul with you. You're so welcome. I'm so grateful for you guys showing up. And if there's no more questions, okay, all right. I will see you guys on Instagram and in Telegram. Bye.
Bye, Sav. Thank you.
Mwah, mwah.